my colleagues from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to meet with my chairman, the chairman of my great party, PDP, and I'm here to present him a letter of my interest in contesting the presidential election in 2023. Of course, the process is that my party must, first of all, nominate me before that can be done. So I'll be presenting the letter to him, and will also present copies to members of the press, either by email or by hard copy. We have copies there, and I will also be giving you a couple of books to look at so you can know about my antecedents. Chairman, sir. Yes, President.
Thank you. Morning, gentlemen of the press. My colleague in the party, Mr. Dele Momodu, I welcome you to my office most sincerely. Thank you for the honor of coming to, not just to visit, but to notify me of your intention to run for the highest office in the land. The party welcomes all candidates because it shows our party is a great party, and that is why people like you have not only joined the party, but want to contribute your services to the country. We know the work you have done in the area of the media over the years. You are certainly a respected media personality in Nigeria. Tried your hands on politics in the past, and I hope you will continue to support the party and work hard to build the party, because for you to run for office, you must have a strong platform. So the first responsibility I would charge you to do is to work hard to build the party, a united party, a strong party, and a focused party with which we can go into battle with. For your personal ambition, like all other candidates, I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you the best.
Sir.
There will be a level playing field for all candidates.
Thank you, sir.
We don't have any special candidates. We don't have preferred candidates. The party members will decide who will contest any office. If at the end of the day, party members vote for you that you are the one they want, the party will stand behind you.
Thank you, sir.
You have to go out and work out there among the party members across the country, because the party leadership will not do it for you. Our job is to try and provide the necessary mechanisms for you to realize your ambition. But at the end of the day, we want all candidates to see themselves as members of one family. And at the end of the day, whoever is nominated, all the other candidates must queue up behind the person so that the party will win the next presidential election. So I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
I hope as you go around selling your ambitions, you also make sure that you sell the party the strength that we have, because this is the only genuine organic party in this country. All other parties are actually alliances, which we believe will not be able to stand us when people like you join hands together to fight in the next presidential election. So thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Today, I'm a member of PDP, a very, very proud one at it, because PDP is the only leading opposition political party in Nigeria today and one of the biggest in Africa. I'll quickly read the letter. It's not a very lengthy letter, if you permit me, and we will make copies available to you by email and any other means you may require. My great chairman, thanks for giving me the opportunity to present this epoch-making letter at very short notice. I sent him a message yesterday and immediately gave me this appointment. It is a palpable demonstration of your intellectual discipline, simplicity, and cosmopolitan worldview. And our party is fortunate to have such a serious academic and patriot as our chairman at this momentous period in the life of our troubled country. May God help you to lead us from glory to glory. In the last few days, there have been widespread speculations about my presidential bid for a second time. I have been greatly humbled by the excitement already generated, which reminds me of how it was 29 years ago when your good friend and my own adopted father, Chief Moshood Abiola, threw his heart in the ring. It is very obvious that Nigerians are eager to restore that promise of hope and the accompanying peace and joy that we lost. The time has come for full reconciliation and forgiveness and a closure of our ugly past. Nigeria urgently requires a reset and a total redirection. With this letter, sir, I wish to humbly put the speculations to rest by coming to you with every sense of purpose and responsibility. After due consultations with my family, friends, and some stakeholders, I've arrived at the decision to contest the 2023 presidential election on the platform of our great party, PDP. If selected as the party's candidate, I hasten to add that this is my personal decision. I was not forced by anyone to do it, although I have received advice, encouragement, and support from diverse quarters since I started my consultations. I therefore offer myself to the PDP as the best aspirant to turn the fortunes of our esteemed party and our well-endowed country around. In this regard, and with a deep sense of humility and profound respect, I urge the party not to consider picking its candidate based on the usual considerations which had spectacularly failed our country in the past. The mood of the teeming youth, and indeed every patriotic Nigerian who will need to come out en masse to vote for our party, aligns with this view. It is for this reason that I invite our great party, PDP, to accept that it must search for a veritable flag bearer with the requisite leadership and visionary qualities that Nigerians now earnestly yearn for. I am convinced that the time has come to seriously challenge and dislodge those politicians who have held our country to ransom by kidnapping, hijacking, and destroying the future of our younger generation and generations yet unborn. I am better prepared now than at any time of my first foray into the fray in 2011, and I am fully ready and certainly capable for the onerous tasks and responsibilities ahead. I wish to place on record my firm promise and commitment not to be harassed, bullied, or intimidated by anyone who feels he or she can buy the whole of Nigeria with loads of cash fraudulently and illegally filched and taken from the Nigerian people. I am proud to follow in the best traditions of my heroic mentor, Chief Moshood Abiola, who had wanted to banish poverty in our land, but was disastrously disallowed from achieving this laudable objective. Nigeria has paid a heavy price and penalty in the last 29 years and suffered untold agony and indignity as a result of that tragic misadventure. Nigeria deserves much better than where we are now. And my appeal to fellow Nigerians, and in particular to members of the press, is that we should collectively rescue our dear country from the suffocating claws of slave masters, overlords, and tyrants. I vociferously and vehemently reject any suggestion that Nigeria should continue to tread this dangerous path. The die is cast, and we must regain and take back our country. I fully and unequivocally commit and dedicate myself to this cause. So help me God. Thank you for listening to me. The job of any aspirant is to show his capacity to win the election. Nobody is going to hand it over to you on a platter. The reason they had a consensus was because everybody agreed that the chairmanship candidacy of Dr. IYORCHIA was the best for the party at that time. So I'm sure it's also possible that when that time comes, the party will come together, because all of us would have gone around and would have been able to demonstrate to the people our capacity. And I'm very sure that I'm very ready. You don't wake up and say, I want to be president of Nigeria. It's a very big country. So you have to look at people's antecedents, where they are coming from. There is nobody at present, and I'm very certain about this with every sense of modesty. There is no candidate that will be better than me.
What exactly do you mean? Are you saying, for instance, that the party should not consider zoning? Because that has been part of the previous consideration.
I haven't said anything about zoning. The party elders will decide how it should go, whether zoning or not zoning. The mood in the country today, as far as I know, is that power should come to the south. If you look at it, President Obasanjo left in 2007, and then you had Alhaji Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, who died, and then Dr. Goodluck Jonathan was able to come in. And since then, we've now had Buhari, and by the grace of God, we will have him for 8 years in 2023. So, naturally, and the country is in total disarray. You have people agitating in the southeast, you have people agitating in the southwest, even in the middle belt. Everyone is agitating. So, I believe power should come to the south so that we can douse the tension. That's what, and if you, I will give you a copy of the letter. If you read my letter, you will see that I'm for reconciliation. The problem with Nigeria is that we lost that hope in 1993, and we have suffered for it. By next year, it will be 30 years. In some countries, a 35-year-old man has just become president. And in 30 years, we are still groping in total darkness, in the wilderness. For how long can we continue? What I meant by that is that usually what we hear in political parties is that you want to go and pick a governor or a former minister or a former senator. I said no, they should look beyond. If you want to play Brazil in a game of football, if you play Brazilian style, you will lose. The APC is not going to be an easy party because one, they are already in power. Two, they have a former military general in power who does not seem to care about anything. They are ready to damn any consequence. We've seen it in Osun, we've seen it in Ekiti, we've seen it elsewhere. So you then need someone that they cannot bully. You need a party who can cut across party lines. You need a party who can ignite a passion in the youths of Nigeria. I've worked with the youths most of my life. Today, entertainment is one of our biggest exports, almost bigger than oil. So if you talk of all the top artists who are making us proud globally, there were people who had at one time or the other come under my mentorship. So if you are looking at stricto sensu, hardcore politician, it will be very difficult to find one who will be able to drive out the youths on the street. And don't forget, I'll give the example of my state, Edo State, that when Godwin Obaseki was running for the second term, The reason we were able to win Edo was the passion from the youth who were ready to die, that if you rig in this place, we're going nowhere. So if you have a colorless, a colorful person because it's a big name, or if the youth feel the person is too old, you might be running a risk. So that is the subliminal message in my letter. Thank you. I worked as an activist. I was not a member of APC. I didn't work for Buhari as a member of APC. The mood of the nation was that Buhari will make a better Nigeria. It's all about our country. What we're doing here is not just about your party, it's also about your country. And if you say that, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar worked against the party, he came back to the party. My very good friend and brother, Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, left the party. The current governor of Sokoto left the party. Dr. Bukola Saraki left the party. In fact, I'm the only outsider. All the other people were previous members who left the party, went away, and came back. Thank you. If you really want to contest the highest office, then you have to go to the highest political parties. And there are only two, APC and PDP. And I chose PDP because APC is already useless. APC has completely ruined our country. Buhari has divided the country beyond imagination. And so the only other option is PDP. And I am proud to join hands and forces with other members of PDP to make sure that we chase them away as far and as quickly as possible. Today, if you ask an average Southerner to choose between what I have done for the Southeast and what some governors have done, you will be shocked. And I will send you very, very serious information on this and evidence of how close I am to the Southeast. Today, I am the only one who is from South-South. I'm from Edo State. I'm from Yewe, Onwani East local government. My mother is from Moshood State, Bogan. I was born in Ile-Ife. I'm a child of diversity and a child of destiny. So all those things didn't just happen. And if you talk about experience in my career as a journalist, I've risen to the top. If I was a lawyer, I would probably have been double senior advocate of Nigeria. It's only now that people don't respect journalists in Nigeria. All our founding fathers in the past had journalism either as platform or as a profession. From Awolowo to Anthony Enahoro to Nnamdi Azikiwe, even if you walk across to Ghana, the Osagie Efo, Kwame Nkrumah, they all had journalism background. And we are the ones who understand the problems. I hope someone can get us some books. I have some books here. You need to go through some of my books so you will see the work we have done. Because we criticize everybody. So we know what makes a bad government and what makes a good government. Thank you.